Good evening, everybody that's already here. Thank you again for coming. For those of you that were here last night, apologies first off that I lost connection and couldn't finish the quiz. It was about quarter past eight, 20 past eight by the time it came back, so I thought there'd be not much point in resuming from there. People would have lost interest. But happy to go again tonight. Thanks again, everybody, for coming. We'll have a short interval in a couple of minutes just for the clap for the NHS. So I'll go outside and resume about 8:05. Give it another couple of minutes, and then everybody can join in the quiz, and we'll get started. It's the same rounds as yesterday, the same quiz. I've just changed the first couple of questions because I think we got to about 3 questions in yesterday. And we'll talk more about when we get back. So I'll just have a break for a couple of minutes, and we'll go and clap for the NHS, and I'll see you all in about 5 minutes time. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Thank you very much for that. There was a very good turnout in my road again. Hope the turnout by you was good as well. As always, give it a couple of minutes just to wait for everybody to join in. I did say about 8:05, so give it another couple of minutes. As always, let me know who's in the chat. Either message me or leave a message on the video, and we'll see who's in. An update on the Just Giving page. Someone donated last night as well in the first couple of minutes, so I didn't see who that was, but it's anonymous on the page. So thank you to whoever that was. We're currently at 722, which again is unreal. So thank you so much for everybody that's donated so far. And any other donations would be greatly appreciated. I don't really like setting targets. I'll set a target on the Just Giving page of 250 just because, you know, that's what I'd like to have hit. But if we could get anywhere near to £1,000, I know that's quite a big target. But you know, anywhere near that would be incredible. So again, it's not you don't have to. It's not a requirement to do the quiz. This is free, obviously. But any donations would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Marie and Sam. Thank you again for coming. And thanks, Luke, for letting me know you're watching as well. Appreciate it. Just give it a minute or so, and then we'll get started. I have changed the first couple of questions because I think we got to about 3 questions yesterday. Hopefully we don't have any issues today and any problems. Welcome back, Steve and Sally, the reigning champs, I think. Just give it a minute. So just run through the rounds again for anybody that didn't hear them at start. We've got TV and film, music, geography, sport, science and nature, and general knowledge last, as always. Hoping it'll take just over an hour. And we'll have a break about halfway through to get a drink, as always. So if everybody's ready, we'll get started. If anybody turns up late, just drop a message in the chat. Josh, let me know because I'm not always looking at the chat, and I'll repeat any questions that we do miss. Okay, so we'll get going with TV and film. Question 1. Which girl group performed during the opening minutes of Channel 5's launch in 1997 in the UK? Which girl group performed during the opening minutes of Channel 5's launch in 1997 in the UK? And question 2. How many episodes of Game of Thrones are there? How many episodes of Game of Thrones are there? And question 3. In what year did Coronation Street first air on ITV? In what year did Coronation Street first air on ITV? Question 4. When Ross and Rachel first get together in Friends, what animal does Phoebe compare them to? I got to about question 7 yesterday before I realised that the stream was down. I think you guys only saw about 2 or 3. Hopefully you didn't hear that question, or you'll already know the answer. Question 4 again. When Ross and Rachel first get together in Friends, What animal does Phoebe compare them to? Question 5. Which well-known food dish is also the title of an episode of the BBC sitcom Fawlty Towers? Which well-known food dish is also the title of an episode of the BBC sitcom Fawlty Towers? And question 6. What were Starsky and Hutch's first names? What were Starsky and Hutch's first names? Question 7, TV and film. What is the name of Hugh Grant's character in Bridget Jones' Diary? What is the name of Hugh Grant's character in Bridget Jones' Diary? You can see a few people have joined, so if anybody has missed the first few questions, we'll go over them just at the end of the round. Just let me know if there's any you've missed. Question 8 in TV and film. Finish the Love Actually quote. To me, you are blank. Finish the Love Actually quote. To me, you are blank. And question 9. What song does Violet sing in Coyote Ugly? What song does Violet sing in Coyote Ugly? And question 10, final question of TV and film. In which city is Taggart set? In which city is Taggart set? And that's the end of the first round TV and film. We'll go over the questions again just before the half-time interval. For anybody that's missed some, I can see some of you have joined a bit late. But we'll move on to round 2. Just let me know again in the comments in the chat if anybody's missed any questions, and we'll go over them. Round 2 is music, and question 1 is, who recorded the latest James Bond theme for the as yet unreleased No Time to Die? Who recorded the latest James Bond theme for the as yet unreleased No Time to Die? Question 2. Who were the 3 headliners of Glastonbury 2019? Question 2 again. Who were the 3 headliners of Glastonbury 2019? Forgive me if you can hear the dog barking. He's still barking. I'll just repeat that if anybody didn't hear it. Who were the three headliners of Glastonbury 2019? Go over the TV and film questions after this. I can see somebody's missed some. Question 3 of music. What is David Bowie's real name? Question 3. What is David Bowie's real name? And question 4 of music. Who is the oldest person ever to achieve a UK #1 single? Question 4. Who is the oldest person ever to achieve a UK #1 single? And question 5. Which musician caused controversy when he famously interrupted Taylor Swift at the MTV Video Music Awards in 2009? If you haven't seen the clip of this, you should definitely go and watch it. It's ridiculous, as is this guy. Question 5. Which musician caused controversy when he famously interrupted Taylor Swift at the MTV Video Music Awards in 2009? Again, sorry if you can hear the dog barking. Don't know what he's barking at. Question 6. Who designed the solid body electric guitar? Who designed the solid body electric guitar? Question 7. One Direction came a lowly third in the 2010 edition of X Factor, but who won that year's competition? One Direction came a lowly third in the 2010 edition of X Factor, but who won that year's competition? Question 8. Which Beatles song was banned from the BBC for its lyrics? Which Beatles song was banned from the BBC for its lyrics? Question 9 of music. What is the highest selling album of all time? Question 9 again. What is the highest selling album of all time? And question 10, final question of music round. What is the highest selling single of all time? What is the highest selling single of all time? And that is the end of the music round. For those of you that missed the first few TV and film questions, I'll just go over the whole round very quickly again. I'll just read them once, so let me know if you miss any. Question 1 of TV and film was, which girl group performed during the opening minutes of Channel 5's launch in 1997 in the UK? Question 2, how many episodes of Game of Thrones are there? Question 3 was, in what year did Coronation Street first air on ITV? Question 4, when Ross and Rachel first get together in Friends, what animal does Phoebe compare them to? Question 5, which well-known food dish is also the title of an episode of the BBC sitcom Fawlty Towers? Question 6, what were Starsky and Hutch's first names? Question 7, what is the name of Hugh Grant's character in Bridget Jones' Diary? Question 8, finish the Love Actually quote. To me, you are what? Question 9, what song does Violet sing in Coyote Ugly? And question 10 of TV and film was, in which city is Taggart set? If anybody missed any of those, just let me know and we'll go over after round 3, which is geography. We'll go over the geography questions and then go over the answers. Okay, so round 3 is geography. And question 1, which country is home to Halong Bay? Which country is home to Halong Bay? Those of you that like the Top Gear specials might have seen this one. Question 2 of geography. Which European city is the biggest in terms of population? Which European city is the biggest in terms of population? Question 3. Greenland is an autonomous territory within which country? Question 4. How many countries does the equator pass through? Question 4. How many countries does the equator pass through? Question 5. What is the United Kingdom's most southerly city? What is the United Kingdom's most southerly city? Question 6 of geography. How many US states begin with the letter A? How many US states begin with the letter A? Apparently I only said question 3 once, so we'll just go back to question 3 at the end of the round. Question 7. What is the capital city of Poland? What is the capital city of Poland? Question 8. What is the largest desert in the world? What is the largest desert in the world? Question 9. What is the smallest country in the world? What is the smallest country in the world? And question 10. Dracula famously lived in the historical region of Transylvania, but in what country would you now find his castle? Dracula famously lived in the historical region of Transylvania, but in what country would you now find his castle? And that is the end of geography, round 3. We'll just go back to question 3 again. Greenland is an autonomous territory within which country? Give everyone a minute or so to get their answers. If anybody's missed any questions, just drop me a line in the chat or drop me a message and I'll repeat them. I think the quiz is a bit more difficult this week. Okay, if everyone's ready, we'll go over the answers to the first 30 questions and then we'll have a quick break to refill our glasses. Okay, answers to TV and film first. Question 1. Which girl group performed during the opening minutes of Channel 5's launch in 1997 in the UK? That was the Spice Girls. Question 2. How many episodes of Game of Thrones are there? 73. Question 3. In what year did Coronation Street first air on ITV? 1960. Question 4. When Ross and Rachel first get together in Friends, what animal does Phoebe compare them to? She compared them to lobsters. Question 5. Which well-known food dish is also the title of an episode of the BBC sitcom Fawlty Towers? That is a Waldorf salad. Question 6. What were Starsky and Hutch's first names? They are Dave and Ken. Question 7. What is the name of Hugh Grant's character in Bridget Jones' Diary? That was Daniel Cleaver. Question 8. Finish the Love Actually quote. To me, you are what? That was perfect. I get that quite a lot of the misses. I'm sure you will believe that. Question 9. What song does Violet sing in Coyote Ugly? That was Can't Fight the Moonlight. And question 10, in which city is Taggart set? That was Glasgow. Let me all know how you did for that, and we'll go over round 2, which was music. Question 1 for music. Who recorded the latest James Bond theme for the as yet unreleased No Time to Die? That was Billie Eilish. Question 2. Who were the 3 headliners of Glastonbury 2019? That was The Cure, The Killers, and Stormzy. Bit of a mix of artists there, I'm sure you'd agree. Question 3. What is David Bowie's real name? That is David Jones. Question 4. Who is the oldest person ever to achieve a UK #1 single? I've actually got Captain Tom Moore here, but it should be now Sir Tom Moore, as I think he was knighted yesterday or the day before. 100 years old, fair play. Question 5. Which musician caused controversy when he famously interrupted Taylor Swift at the MTV Video Music Awards in 2009? That was Kanye West. Absolute donut of a man. Question 6. Who designed the solid body electric guitar? That was Les Paul. Question 7. One Direction came a lowly 3rd in the 2010 edition of X Factor, but who won that year's competition? That was Matt Cardle. Question 8. Which Beatles song was banned from the BBC for its lyrics? That was I Am the Walrus. Question 9. What is the highest selling album of all time? That was Thriller by Michael Jackson. And question 10. What is the highest selling single of all time? That is White Christmas by Bing Crosby. Again, let me know how you got on, and we'll go over the answers to geography in the last round of the first half. Question 1. Which country is home to Hai Long Bay? That was Vietnam. Question 2. Which European city is the biggest in terms of population? That is Istanbul. Question 3. Greenland is an autonomous territory within which country? That is Denmark. Question 4. How many countries does the equator pass through? That's 13. I've got the list here, but I won't bore you with them. Question 5. What is the United Kingdom's most southerly city? That is Truro. Question 6. How many US states begin with the letter A? That is 4. You have Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, and Arkansas. Question 7. What is the capital of Poland? That is Warsaw. Question 8. What is the largest desert in the world? That is Antarctica. It's a famous quiz question there. You get asked that quite a lot. Question 9. What is the smallest country in the world? That is the Vatican City. And question 10 for geography. Dracula famously lived in the historical region of Transylvania, but in what country would you now find his castle? That is Romania. Okay, if you can all let me know how you did. I am going to take a couple of minutes just to go and grab another beer and give you a chance all to recharge your glasses. And when we come back, we'll go over the last 3 rounds, which are sport, science and nature, and general knowledge. Thank you very much. I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Just looking at your scores. Yeah, I think the quiz is a bit harder this week. A couple of 19s. I think that's the I wouldn't say that's the best, but I think there's a 23 out there somewhere so far. 12. Let's the less said about that, the better. But you know you are. I think you should stick to modding. Don't worry about the questions. Okay, we'll move on to round 4, which is sport. Again, 10 questions, and we'll go through the next 3 rounds, and then that'll be the end of the quiz. And I haven't checked the Just Given page, but we'll check it at the end just to see if anybody else has donated. Okay, round 4, sport. Question 1. What's the maximum score you can achieve in 10-pin bowling? What's the maximum score you can achieve in 10-pin bowling? Question 2. The term albatross in golf means what? The term albatross in golf means what? For those of you asking, no, it's not wine, it's gin and tonic. I'm a real man. Spiced apple and winterberry, I'll have you know. Question 3. Name the only 2 positions who can score in netball. Question 3. Name the only 2 positions who can score in netball. And question 4. How many Olympic gold medals has Mo Farah won? How many Olympic gold medals has Mo Farah won? Question 5. Which British athlete set a 110-metre hurdles world record of 12.91 seconds in 1993 when winning the World Championships, which stood for 13 years? Bit of a long-winded question, that. It's not worded very well. I do apologise. Just read it again. Which British athlete set a 110-metre hurdles world record of 12.91 seconds in 1993 when winning the World Championships, which stood for 13 years? Question 6. Which Formula One team does Lewis Hamilton drive for? Which Formula One team does Lewis Hamilton drive for? And question 7. Who was the first woman to win a darts match at the PDC World Championships in December 2019? Who was the first woman to win a darts match at the PDC World Championship in December 2019? That was all over the news. You couldn't get away from it. I don't see why it makes any difference if you're a woman or a man, but there you go. Number 8. Which year was the Premier League founded? Which year was the Premier League founded? Question 9. Who was the manager of Manchester City when they first won the Premier League? Who was the manager of Manchester City when they first won the Premier League? And question 10, final question of sport. Which football club are Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes and David Beckham joint owners of? Which football club are Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes and David Beckham joint owners of? Question 4, again for Marie, was how many Olympic gold medals has Mo Farah won? We'll go on to round 5, which is science and nature. Question 1. How many wings does a mosquito have? How many wings does a mosquito have? Question 2. Arachnophobia is the fear of what? Question 2. Arachnophobia is the fear of what? I think this is quite common. Most people don't like these things. And it's not Birmingham City, but most of us don't. Question 3. The rate at which the body produces energy from nutrients is controlled by which gland in the neck? The rate at which the body produces energy from nutrients is controlled by which gland in the neck? Question 4. At what speed does light travel? And this is in miles per second. Careful what you put in the chat, Josh. I can ban you after all, even though you're a mod. Any more of that rubbish, and we'll get rid of you. At what speed does light travel in miles per second? And question 5. Humans and chimpanzees share roughly what percentage of DNA? Humans and chimpanzees share roughly what percentage of DNA? Question 6. What is the biggest planet in our solar system? What is the biggest planet in our solar system? And question 7. What is the periodic symbol for silver? What is the periodic symbol for silver? Question 8. Which is the most sensitive of the senses? Which is the most sensitive of the senses? Question 9. Percy Spencer invented which time-saving kitchen appliance? Percy Spencer invented which time-saving kitchen appliance? And question 10, final question for science and nature. In which modern-day country was the physicist and chemist Marie Curie born? In which modern-day country was the physicist and chemist Marie Curie born? And that's the end of science and nature. If anybody missed any questions, again, let me know and we can go back to them. And we'll move on to the final round, which is general knowledge. Again, like 2 weeks ago, I have put a tiebreaker in at the end just in case any of you guys are playing against friends and family and you need a tiebreaker. I'll ask it regardless anyway. But we'll go on to general knowledge, which is the final round. Genghis Khan was leader and emperor of which historical empire? Question 2. In music, which O is the interval between two notes? In music, which O is the interval between two notes? Question 3. SOS is a common example of which electrical telegraph communication system? SOS is a common example of which electrical telegraph communication system? SOS is Sierra Oscar Sierra. Question 4. If one side of a square is 10 centimeters long, what is the circumference? If one side of a square is 10 centimeters long, what is the circumference? Question 5. In ballet, which A is a move where the body is supported on one leg with the other leg extended directly behind the body? In ballet, which A is a move where the body is supported on one leg with the other leg extended directly behind the body? Question 6. The UK sitcom Gavin and Stacey was written by Ruth Jones and which other comedian? The UK sitcom Gavin and Stacey was written by Ruth Jones and which other comedian? Question 7. In the Harry Potter book series, which character is described as having a wild, tangled beard? In the Harry Potter book series, which character is described as having a wild, tangled beard? I know a certain professional wrestler with a wild, tangled beard. Looks like a proper bum, but we won't go into it. He's watching tonight. He knows who he is. Question 8. Red and which other colour is on the flag of Austria? Red and which other colour is on the flag of Austria? And question 9. Which British band released the album A Rush of Blood to the Head in 2002? Which British band released the album A Rush of Blood to the Head in 2002? And question 10. In the phonetic alphabet, what word is used to denote the letter K? I nearly gave the answer away then. The letter after J in the alphabet. In the phonetic alphabet, what word is used to denote the letter K? If anybody's missed any questions, let me know. Question 7 of round 5. That was Science and Nature. Question 7. What is the periodic symbol for silver? Or on the periodic table, what's silver's symbol? And that is the end of general knowledge. And I'll just go into the tiebreaker for anybody that needs it. Question 2, sorry, I'll just go over that again. Is that question 2 of the quiz or question 2 of general knowledge? I'll repeat both anyway. Question 2 of general knowledge was, in music, which O is the interval between two notes? And question 2 of the first half TV and film was, how many episodes of Game of Thrones are there? And for those of you that want the tiebreaker, it is, how many miles as the crow flies is it from London to New York? How many miles as the crow flies is it from London to New York? Give you all a minute to get your answers down. Just bear with me a second. I've got to plug my laptop in or you'll lose me again. There we go. Hopefully it won't die now. Just give you all a second to get your answers down. Okay, we'll go over the answers. First, round 4, which is sport. Question 1. What's the maximum score you can achieve in 10-pin bowling? That is 300. Question 2. The term albatross in golf means what? That's 3 under par. Question 3. Name the only 2 positions who can score in netball. That is goal shooter and goal attack. Question 4. How many Olympic gold medals has Mo Farah won? That's 4. Question 5. Which British athlete set a 110-metre hurdles world record of 12.91 seconds in '93 when winning the World Championships, which stood for 13 years? That was Colin Jackson. Question 6. Which Formula 1 team does Lewis Hamilton drive for? That's Mercedes. Question 7. Who was the first woman to win a darts match at the PDC World Championships in December 2019? That was Fallon Sherrock. Question 8. Which year was the Premier League founded? That was 1992. Great year. A lot of good things happened that year. Number 9. Who was manager of Manchester City when they first won the Premier League? That was Roberto Mancini. Question 10. Which club are Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes and David Beckham joint owners of? That is Salford City. Again, put your scores in the chat or message me and let me know how many you got. Science and nature. Question 1. How many wings does a mosquito have? That's 2. Question 2. Arachnophobia is the fear of what? That is spiders. Question 3. The rate at which the body produces energy from nutrients is controlled by which gland in the neck? That is the thyroid. Question 4. At what speed does light travel in miles per second? That is 186,000. Question 5. Humans and chimpanzees share roughly what percentage of DNA? That is 98%. Some of us more than others, but there we go. Question 6. What is the biggest planet in our solar system? That is Jupiter. Question 7. On the periodic table, what symbol stands for silver? That is AG, Alpha Golf. Question 8. What is the most sensitive of the senses? That is smell. Question 9. Percy Spencer invented which time-saving kitchen appliance? That was the microwave. Question 10. In which modern-day country was the physicist and chemist Marie Curie born? That was Poland. And final round, general knowledge. Number 1, Genghis Khan was leader and emperor of which historical empire? That was the Mongol Empire. Question 2, in music, which O is the interval between 2 notes? That is an octave. Question 3, SOS is a common example of which electrical telegraph communication system? That is Morse code. Question 4, if one side of a square is 10 centimeters long, what is the circumference? That is 40 centimeters, 40. Question 5. In ballet, which A is a move where the body is supported on one leg with the other leg extended directly behind the body? That is arabesque. Question 6. The UK sitcom Gavin and Stacey was written by Ruth Jones and which other comedian? That is James Corden. Question 7. In the Harry Potter book series, which character is described as having a wild, tangled beard? That is Hagrid. And question 8. Red and which other colour is on the flag of Austria? That is white, red and white. Question 9. Which British band released the album A Rush of Blood to the Head in 2002? That was Coldplay. And question 10, last question of general knowledge. In the phonetic alphabet, what word is used to denote the letter K? That was kilo. Let me know how you all got on, and we'll give it a minute or so, and then I'll reveal the answer to the tiebreaker for any of you that need it. Some scores coming in. Got a 43. A couple of 43s. I think that's the best. Don't think anybody's beat 43. Let me know if anybody can beat that. $43, very impressive. That is the top score. Well done. And we'll just go over the answer to the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker was how many miles as the crow flies? Is it from London to New York? That was 3,470 miles. Let me know how you all got on. You can feel free to message me after that. And again, I'll be doing one in a couple of weeks. And hopefully this time it does actually happen on the Wednesday and our internet doesn't crash. So I can actually do it. Again, if the Just Giving page will stay open, so for anybody that does want to donate, feel free, and anything is appreciated. It's a fantastic cause even now. For whatever reason, we're starting to ease the lockdown measures, which just seems crazy to me, but there you go. So the NHS will be even more grateful of any donations we can give at the moment. Again, thanks everybody for taking part as well. It's really fun, and I quite enjoy doing them. If anybody wants me to carry on, just let me know, and hopefully we'll give it more time to spread the word about the next one, and we can get a few more people in. But again, if anybody is doing the quiz and wants to keep on doing it, just let your friends and family know, and we'll try and get as many people as possible doing it, because it's a lot of fun. And again, I will be back in a couple of weeks. And thanks again all for coming. And just let me know if you, I've just seen the message, we might have a Disney round next time because there's a lot of people asking for it, but we'll see. If you want any, I might do a special round again next week. If you want a special round, just text me or message me and let me know, and I'll get a consensus of the answers and see what we can do. But we might have a special round. Okay, thanks very much everyone for coming, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night.